all eyes around the world really this week on the American election. How worried are you?
Probably like a lot of people, I'm fascinated almost more than worried. I mean, in the end, we don't get to choose the president. We just get to work with them, whoever they are.
Well, you have to work with
Well,
them.
I do have to work with them, yeah. Look, I think I was sort of reflecting over the weekend. I just really feel like this is going to end up quite an unsatisfying process for the average American. I don't think that they're voting for candidates they particularly love on either side. I think you've had now a kind of a discourse going through the US public which is quite negative and ugly. And I know you always get that in election campaigns, but this time it feels a lot more heightened than normal. You've got a potential situation where, a president-elect could be facing some sort of legal action potentially. So I just think, if you go all the way back to, say, 2008, I remember when I was doing the last debate of that week, and President Obama won the election back then. He was obviously the candidate and became president-elect. There was this euphoria about an African-American president winning, and it just, I don't know, the whole process, I know they were always a bit ugly, but they felt a little more generous than this
How
campaign.
worried are you about Donald Trump winning the presidency when a lot of economists from around the world, a lot of people with knowledge about New Zealand's trade and economic situation have said, look, this will be a real disaster for New Zealand?
Well, if he takes negative steps around trade, which he would, he's saying he's going to, so if he does that, that's not a good thing from New Zealand's point of view. The only thing I would say is that the question is, how much do they carry out? How much does he really go and renegotiate and do all these things? I mean, one interesting thing is, it's a bit sort of lost in translation out here, but he is talking about putting a 45% tariff on imported goods from China. Do you know what the impact that would be on the average American? I mean, that means everything they buy from China would go up in price, and quite significantly. I mean, The Economist wrote a story saying it would be the single biggest reduction in income for the average American that they'd seen in, basically a generation. So is he really going to carry all those things out? Maybe. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be good for TPP and for globalisation.
Okay.